Well, when it comes to Medicare supplement insurance, there's no shortage of companies that offer it. And in your area, there's probably 15 to 20 different ones. However, there's one company that we've been writing for years, absolutely one of our favorite companies, definitely a top three. We've got thousands of clients with them, and that's Aetna Medicare. Today, I'll be discussing Aetna Medicare supplement rates, the differences in the plans, and why you should consider Aetna as one of your choices. Now, Aetna is based in good old Nashville, Tennessee. Boy, what a great city that is. We're headquartered in Austin, Texas, which they call the live music capital of the world. Let me tell you, Nashville ranks right up there with them. And I'll tell you a little story. The last time I was in Nashville, I got to see Mel Tillis live at the Grand Ole Opry. And my wife wishes that never happened because I never stopped singing, I got the horse and she got the saddle. Yes, I know. My wife says my singing brings tears to her eyes. I think that's a good thing. Anyway, Aetna has a family of companies, not just one. So you might have Aetna Health and Life, or you might see their company now, Ascendo Medicare Supplements, or Continental Life Insurance, and another one called American Continental. Yes, believe it or not, all these companies offer Medicare supplement plans. It just depends on the state they're in. So let's talk a little bit about what Aetna Medicare supplement plans actually do. Well, Medicare supplement plans, also called Medigap, supplement Medicare Part A and B. Now, Part A is hospitalization, B is doctor services. They don't cover everything for you. They cover the main things. However, there are copays, deductibles, as well as coinsurance that you're required to pay. So a Medigap plan, or Medicare supplement plan, whatever you want to call it, put out by Aetna or any other company, helps to pay those gaps or expenses in Part A and Part B Medicare that you're required to pay. Now, all of the plans put out by any company are what's called standardized. This means that no matter which company offers a plan, they have to have identical coverage from company to company. However, the premiums for these plans vary widely. Now, Medicare supplement plans are put out and designated by letters. So the most popular plans being Medicare Plan G, Medicare Plan N, and Medicare Plan F if you had Medicare prior to January 1st of 2020. The reason is they got rid of that plan. Anybody new enrolling in Medicare on that date or beyond cannot get a Plan F. Now, I'll break down the benefits of each plan quickly here, and then we'll talk about Aetna Medicare supplement plan rates. Because, like I mentioned, everybody's got the same coverage. Aetna's rates are going to be entirely different than everybody else's rates. So let's start with Medicare Supplement Plan G from Aetna. Now, Plan G is now the most popular plan out there. The reason is Plan F went away, like I told you. If you have a Plan F still, I highly encourage you to look at Plan G. You'll save a ton of money. And the only difference between Plan F and G is who writes the Part B deductible. So quickly, Medicare Supplement Plan F, what does it do? Well, it paid the gaps 100%, those gaps in Medicare Part A and Part B. Now, Medicare Supplement Plan G is identical to that, where you get 100% coverage. However, you just must first pay the Part B deductible yourself. Now, here we are in 2020. You're probably asking, Russell, how much is that deductible, by the way? Well, in 2020, that deductible is $198. And now this is a once per calendar year deductible. It means you pay it once, and for the rest of the year, if you have a Plan G, that plan picks up 100% of the gaps in Medicare. So after the $198, you have no medical bills for the rest of the year. So if that sounds like great coverage to you, it is. It's fantastic coverage, and that's why it's the most popular plan. And Aetna Medicare Supplement Plan G rates are some of the most competitive out there. The great news is, like I mentioned, their family of companies, we've got 4 different ones to choose from. Now, they're not all available in every state. However, we'll shop them all to see which one is available and which one has the lowest premiums for you for an Aetna Medicare Supplement Plan G. Now, another plan that is highly popular and gaining popularity as well is Aetna Medicare Supplement Plan N. Now, why is this? Well, Plan N is very similar to G, but it's got lower premiums than Plan G. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't get the same coverage for lower premiums. You get slightly less coverage. But I'll break it down even further. Here are the benefits of an Aetna Medicare Supplement Plan N. With Plan N, it's just like Plan G, where you still pay out of pocket the Medicare Part B deductible. So again, I mentioned in $198 for 2020, the first $198 of your medical bills, you just pay. Now, let me explain that deductible really quick. That changes every year. So in 2021 and beyond, depending on when you're watching this video, you're going to have a different amount. The rules remain the same though. Plan N, you write that deductible check yourself, just like Plan G. However, the difference with Plan N is after you meet that deductible, you might have a small copay per doctor's visit. The copay will be never more than $20, could be less or it could be no copay, just depending on what you go for and how they code it. In exchange for those lower premiums, again, on Plan N over Plan G, you also might get a small copay, but only if you visit the emergency room and you're not admitted. If you visit the emergency room and you're not admitted and you go home, they're going to charge you a $50 copay. So most people go to the emergency room because they have emergencies. However, can you imagine there are some people out there who go to the emergency room for non-emergencies? Happens all the time. Well, they're going to tell you, hey, come on in, we'll treat you, but if you go home, it's a $50 copay. One other thing on Plan N that's not covered is what's called Part B excess charges. These are extremely rare. It's estimated over 97% of doctors in this country accept the assigned rates from Medicare. There's a small percentage who say, nope, for our entire practice, we don't do that. So your chances that your doctor accept the assigned rates from Medicare are very good. In the event they accept the assigned rates from Medicare, they do not charge Part B excess charges, and you will never see one. Like I mentioned, these are extremely rare. In over a decade of business, I've never had a client get an excess charge. Plan N is a fantastic choice for one other reason as well. It has lower rate increases than Plan G every year. Well, when a plan has more out-of-pocket expenses, people tend to use it slightly more responsibly. Therefore, they're allowed to, or they have lower rates. The rates are dictated by the amount of claims that are being paid out of the group. That's one factor. So when you have out-of-pocket expenses, people use it more responsibly. It can equal lower premiums as well as lower rate increases, especially over Medicare Plan G. Now, I'll quickly cover Aetna Medicare Supplement Plan F because I know there's a lot of you watching who actually still have that. Plan F, yes, you were allowed to keep the plan, but that's not a good thing. That plan is closed off, which means you're going to have higher rate increases. Historically, and I've been in this business a long time, anytime a Medicare supplement plan closed, which Plan F did in 2020, yes, you get to keep it, but there's no new premiums coming in to offset higher rate increases. Now, what does that mean? Well, you have a couple options. I would highly recommend we look at Plan G or Plan N for you based on what I just said. Fantastic coverage. You'll save a tremendous amount of money on your premiums coming down to Plan G, even after you write that deductible check. If you're dying to keep Plan F, you can stay with Plan F and you can actually switch to a different company and save money. So we can help you there as well. Now, to do that, the easiest way on any of these plans, if you're ready to ask some more questions and get on a call with us, just do that. You can call in at 1-888-891-0229. We can answer all of your questions. Our service is entirely free. Take advantage of being able to talk to us. We've got myself and my top agent, Diana Firth. We've been in the business a combined 17 years. Call us up, ask us questions. There's never any obligation. We have tons of clients and we love them to death, and we'd love to have you as one. But there's no hardcore sales here. Like those big call centers, they're going to try and sign you up on the first call. We do want to sign you up as our client because you get the benefit of us shopping the rates every year for you. There's never a cost for our services, and again, our clients love it. However, we don't push you into signing on with us and selling or selling you our products. We just want to make sure you're educated and you get in the right plan and make the right decision. Now, a lot of other questions we're getting these days is regarding, well, what about Aetna Medicare supplement plans for 2021? What are they going to offer? Well, they're going to offer exactly what I just said. It's going to be Plan N and Plan G. And if you have a Plan F, you can switch to their Plan F. But there are no new big changes with Medicare supplement plans for 2021. To get started, to ask questions, to have us as a resource to help you in your journey with Medicare supplement insurance, as I mentioned, just give us a call today at 888-891-0229, or you can visit good old Medisupps.com, where I offer free online quotes, and Aetna's one of them, one of the companies we display. I'm one of the very few websites that actually shows you quotes out there. Everybody else walks you down and then they say, thank you, 10 agents will call you. We don't do that. I show you the quotes because I want to gain your trust. I want to let you know that we're here to help. And by showing you quotes first shows we're honest and that we want to give you that information and then take it to the next step. So my name is Russell Noga with Medisupps.com. I hope we hear from you soon. And I hope that explained Aetna's Medicare supplement plans and rates that are available to you. You've got some great options. Let's get you started today.